I will tell you everything. You get 5 minutes to talk, and you can say pretty much whatever you want in that 5 minutes. I would keep it mostly on task, but if you get a little sidetracked, I think we can all go with it today. They'll get 5 minutes to ask questions. I will ask all of them to keep it mostly on task, although they might get a little distracted today too, because it's Friday afternoon, so you never know. When they're done, then you can have a seat. You're welcome to stay in the room. They'll kind of deliberate and decide what they want to do, and then they'll decide on an amount. When they kind of come to a consensus on the amount, they'll score on the rubrics. A score, we'll bring them all in, average amount. A score of 18 or above means that you will be placed on the wait list. Have we explained the wait list process to you yet? Okay, so we are currently out of money. And so what happens is when students go on their trips, if they don't spend all of their money, that comes back into the pool and we can reallocate that out. And we allocate out several $1,000s off the waitlist process a year. It's much better than just having money left over. And so basically, if you are approved, whatever you are approved for, you will just go on the wait list. So there's no guarantee that we'd be able to get you those funds, but things also change pretty quickly, so there's a chance we can get you those funds. So don't kind of count it as money in the bank. And I can answer more questions about that if you want along the way. But yeah. And then if we ever get enough money to pay you, we'll send you an email and say, hey, we got enough money to pay you.
Even if you go to Purdue, we can still give it to you.
Yes. Yep. Do you need the PowerPoint now?
Yes. I have a pen drive with me.
Yep, I just haven't, I'm sorry, I forgot to log in up there.
So that's the drill. Where is Evan?
Don't know.
Lost his marble.
He's here, he lost his marble.
He lost his marbles.
I have plausible deniability. I never had a marble.
There are lots of things that are plausible these days.
Just saying. My marbles and I have been long separated.
Plausible has been on my short list of vocabulary ones this week.
Next is deniability.
I wish.
Okay. So we have.
So did the other one cancel?
Huh?
Did the other one cancel?
Yes.
Today.
Last night. Late last night. And I don't think nobody's applied for funding yet this month, so I think I'll put a note out there. I think we'll be done.
Okay.
So I don't think we can pay all this out.
Cool.
Like what? Let's see. What's that?
Oh, you don't have to stand behind that if you don't want to.
No, you can walk and do whatever.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, that's nice. That's better. So good afternoon, everyone. So I'm Sindhu, and I'm here to present my conference that I'm planning to attend, sponsored by IEEE, and the topic of the conference is computational intelligence in data science. So that's my history, like what is my academics and my work experience. So I'm currently a graduate student with ACS, and I have another master's with that I did in India, and I work with top IT giants in India, that's Wipro and Tata Consultancy Services. So that's my research areas and the projects that I have been doing. So data science is the conference that I am planning to attend now. That is the projects that I have done, and that is recommendation systems, where all of us would have seen that Amazon products that's been recommended for us. So that's a similar project that I've done in data science, and my research also lies in those areas. So these are a couple of other projects that I've done. And coming to the conference, so this is one of the biggest so this is one of the, IEEE is mainly good for in computer science and electrical conferences. They are the leading people in providing conferences and forums where, top technical people, professionals and researchers come and talk about the big ideas. So this one is about data science, which is something like digging deep into the data, all the data that we browse in, everything, all the data, anything that's in the internet. So they are the keynote speakers, Dr. Sundaram, Dr. Matthew, and all these people are like top scholars who can give ideas and the current problems that is being faced in data science and how to approach it. All they are good at those things. So they are that's about the conference. So I'm just running because I don't want to be out of time. So the takeaways that I get from the conference is that I get to talk to people, scholars, researchers, professionals, students who are into this field and who are trying to get new things into machine learning or artificial intelligence. Those are the key things in the coming years in computer science department. So, and I also get an opportunity to know about the big problems that we are facing in these areas and what would be the solutions or proposals for those. And and the other things is opportunity to network with those people. That is something really good that I feel. And with this, I can do something. I have talked with my director of graduate study in computer science, and she's agreed that I can give a seminar for undergrad students, and I will be able to communicate the knowledge that I've received with my other peers in my graduate team. And and also we are planning to set up an IoT lab in the engineering department by summer. So I will be able to implement the knowledge that I received there into this IoT lab setup. So this is not there currently, the IoT lab is not there currently, and we'll be implementing or developing, setting it up this summer. So by fall, we'll be able to have a IoT thing. So I would like to share a video with all of you that I have done on the topic IoT. It is something like, so this is a project that I did. It's a smart home project, something like where I can control my lights or thermostat using voice command or through my Skype. Something like I can do a Skype chat with a bot and I will be able to turn on the lights in my home. This is something that, so that's something that I'm accessing through my mobile. So that's my kid right there. So when I do an off, I'm able to do that. So that's something doable, and the good thing about this comes here. So this is a Skype. I'm doing a Skype chat with a robot, and I'm trying to turn on or off my lights. So this I can do from anywhere, from IPFW, from America, from India, from Florida, from anywhere, and it works at my home. So I'm just quickly moving on to the other.
Is on.
Okay. So
Google.
This is my Google Home, and how I'm doing, voice processing. I give a command to my Google Home and
Okay,
it's
Google. Lights
switching on
off.
and off my lights.
Sure.
So that's the home bot that I was able to do last fall. So that's the anatomy part of it. Few electronic things and most of computer programming into it. So that's it. I would stop the project here maybe. If you guys are interested, I can continue with it later after my allotted time. So talking more about the itinerary, I'm planning to go with my travel from Chicago. So from when it is from Chicago, I am taking care of my travel from Fort Wayne to Chicago airport. And so the ground transportation part and the food part, I would be able to handle that myself. So I would be looking forward for your help in sponsoring me with the travel and with the stay. So that's the part that I'm looking for. And when I knew that there's this conference going on, I knew about this like 3 months ago. 3 months ago, I had placed a hold on the airlines. I called up a travel agency and I was able to place a hold on one of the airlines for $800. That's unbelievable because that's the cheapest rate that I myself have traveled, you know. I placed a hold on that, but that's not confirmed yet. Based on how many people traveling, because it's in the month of June, it's like very busiest month. So that's about the itinerary and other things. So, and thank you everyone for your time. So you guys have any questions?
Questions?
So does this say that you'll be gone for a month though?
No, that's the cheapest range of ticket that I was able to get. For say if I book for a 1 week, it's like it goes heavy.
Okay, so it says date of departure and date of return. You've got May and June.
June, yeah.
So what are your actual dates, do you think?
That's the
If
dates
you had to
that
guess.
no, that's the dates that the travel agent provided me that would come under this cheapest rate. So if I travel during these dates, he said he would be able to arrange an $800 ticket for me.
Okay, so if the activity is on June 2nd,
Yeah.
ideally you would probably leave like at least a couple days before that to get to India?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Yes, and yeah, I have my family over there. I would be able to meet my friends, relatives, and people there.
Okay.
Any other questions? All right, perfect, thank you.
All right, thank you so much, and I'm sorry if I was running,
You're
All
fine.
good, all good.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, thoughts?
As an engineer, I like technology, and I think this would be a fun trip. I'm in favor of full funding.
Yeah, she's already paying plenty out of pocket.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it.
Okay, same.
Done. Peace out.
23 seconds.
A new record.
All right, feel free to go. Thank you so much.
There's been some brief ask from IPSGA, although nothing confirmed, thoughts of splitting the funds more fall, spring, trying to be more even. That has its pros and cons. So I think on that.
Okay.
If you want, like right now the whole pool's open. So you could theoretically allocate all $100,000 to the fall semester. If we go
That
50-50,
actually
you likely would
brought up
open up
very
those spring
expensive.
request dates, not until later, you know, towards the end of fall. So that's got limitations for students who are trying to plan way ahead for that spring travel, so, which we see a lot of. If anybody wants any numbers related to how that money's spent, we can give that to you, so. That seems
Will
to
we
be the only
know-
big question.
Oh, will we know if we're allocated the same amount of money to work with for next year?
It is the
For sure?
contractually agreed upon amount between IPSGA and the university. So next year, we will be allocated $100,000 again, assuming everything moves as it's moving right now. Moving forward beyond that, when we start to get into 2018, where everything is gonna be a little weird for everybody in every way,
It's seamlessly weird.
seamlessly weird, because that's not gonna be hard. I would suspect that it would be less, I don't think we're gonna go to like $50,000 or anything like that, but it wouldn't surprise me if we're down to 90 or 80. This is a fund that always gets used and goes directly into the hands of students. So there's quite a bit of priority to try and maintain the high level of support that the fund has. So I could see it going down a little bit just because as IPSGA's budget gets rearranged, it is a large percentage of their budget to fund this. So that's what I know. Thank you all for your service. And I know next year we're looking for some faculty types to join. So if you can think of any, let me know.
I was gonna say, I am off next year, aren't
I think you're done. Are you done? 2
I
years?
think.
I'm done as well.
John Caldwell ends in July 2017. You'll be done. Evan, you can go to end of December.
Can I?
Yep. Because you weren't actually appointed till January 16th.
Huh.
So you could go through December, like
Should you
Alex.
wish.
Should you wish.
Yes, we'll need your replacement, but that's probably where we can bring in Meg.
Yeah.
Faculty, or staff are easy. Staff usually line up to.
Did the individuals that didn't show indicate to you they were going to show?
I don't know that anybody indicated to me that they weren't going to show.